Three, two, one. All right, welcome, guys, here at the Demon Season After Hours podcast, where I just go around like a whore and interview a bunch of people that I know because either they have a high influence, fun to talk to, they've accomplished a few things, or I just like them as a person. I'm just fucking around and finding out. So here we have Ty. Say hello, Ty.
What up? What's going on?
Yeah, want to give them your Instagram handle?
It is T pool underscore gorilla.
Gorilla. And first question that I had, why gorilla?
You know, natty,
Good.
gorilla boards and all them. So.
Oh, is it because of just because natty because of gorilla boards?
Yeah, boards for the most part. I always rock with them. So
Okay.
shout out to them.
Yeah, you might have to speak louder because it is picking up on the laptop. So I know you would like to be that cool guy with the cool deep voice and what's up, what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna get my drink because.
I didn't get the right fucking thing.
Huh?
I didn't get the right fucking Instagram name. Shit.
Mm.
It's T pool fit underscore gorilla. I'm tripping. Changed my name. God.
So now that you now okay, we're gonna start from the beginning because every interview starts with a nice history lesson. So let's talk about your upbringing, your childhood. How was that? Where were you? Where were you born? How was your childhood like?
Childhood was good. Mom and dad, little brother. We grew up in Watts for a little bit, on 92nd for a little bit. After that, we moved over to the Parwoods, um, kind of like like a gated community. After that, moved over to North Long Beach, stayed in North Long Beach for the most part. Um, Mom and dad both in the medical field, so that was the goal for me to be in the medical field. But then uh, for me, it a lot of school. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not gonna happen. So I ended up doing like more like security work. I wanted to be a cop and do the whole law enforcement thing. So I got involved with that as well. It just wasn't for me. Once I got more deep into the side of the stations, it wasn't for me. So I just went on and just became doing. I'm still in law. I'm actually in law enforcement. I just work as I'm a city code officer. So it's kind of within the field, but it's just more on like buildings, illegal businesses, and things of that nature.
So did you go to college or did you
I
just
went
get
to Cerritos College for a little bit, and then I got out of there and honestly just got a whole bunch of professional degrees. And then once I got all my professional degrees, I just randomly applied for this job for the city and got it. So
Hey, when you qualify, you qualify, right? You're like, hey, you're a nice what is it called? A nice figure in society, I guess. Talking about that, I know you do other things for work, but we'll go there in a little bit. Still talking about your childhood. When did you get into fitness, and when did you start getting into like working out? Because I know when people are successful in fitness, it's because they have a history of working out when they were younger. Rarely does it happen when you're in your 20s, 30s. So what was the age when you started working out?
Well, I played football in high school, so that was like I guess that was like my first initiation to working out.
Yeah. What high school?
Long Beach Wilson.
Well,
That's why I played at Long Beach Wilson. So I mean, how much working out was I doing? Not much. But it was like my first, I mean, you know what I mean? Most high schoolers now, I mean, I'm a coach as well. So, you know, if our coach is not in there with us, we wasn't working out that much. So we was in there. But that was my most first initiation to just the weight room. And then once I got out of high school, that's when I met my daughter's mom, who became eventually my wife. So,
whoa, you're married?
Was
married.
I was like,
whoa,
whoa. A lot of people that don't know that, right?
I don't know that. I was
Right.
like, hey, whoa,
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. So there's a lot behind that.
Yeah, it just
Right?
it was just a lot of like
It came out of nowhere. Right?
Yeah, it was just kind of wow, that's interesting. All right, I didn't think I was gonna learn something that new from you, and then obviously that's private. It's gonna go out, so I hope you're comfortable with that. But yeah, knowing that's and I didn't know you were a dad either.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's about to be, she's about to be 15 next month.
15. Hold on.
15.
How old are you?
You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's
So my brother got accepted to Arizona State.
Uh-huh.
So my parents, they wanted to move to Arizona.
Okay.
So I said that's completely fine. I'm going to stay back. That's when I just met my daughter's mom.
Okay.
So I said I'm going to stay back. So I stayed in Long Beach for a little bit. After I stayed in Long Beach, they wanted me to go down there, but I didn't want to go down there.
Yeah.
So I stayed with her. Me and her doing our thing. I'm 22 at this time now. I met her at a party, one of my homies' parties. We eventually, a year later, we get married.
Oh, okay.
We get married. We have my daughter. So I was 22 when I had her.
Okay.
So I'm doing that. I'm living with her parents. We try to go do our own thing, and that's how it happened. And then we have her, and I'm married at 22, barely working, barely any money in my account.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I'm doing these little security jobs and trying to figure it out, and I'm not happy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of the main things for divorces and separations is financials.
Yes.
Right. So as a provider in a family, I wasn't providing. Okay. So what comes with that comes with infidelities. Okay. Right? Yeah. So as the relationship goes, marriage goes, we just grew apart from each other, and we end up,
Well, it's typical in a relationship where if you start young and your shit's not together, eventually something happens where people fuck around and be like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And you just got to charge it to the game and just be like, hey, I wasn't ready.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
If I give you the whole layout, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, if you want to give
I give you the whole situation, it's crazy, and it's like, what?
I believe that if there's any helpful information in that for any young persons, I would be grateful if you share that information, because unfortunately, and this is a lot of me and Chris's podcast talk, that it's not that we glorify masculinity and glorify, oh, women should do this and that. It's the fact that if a man doesn't have his shit together at a young age, then he should find a way to get his shit together so stuff like this doesn't happen. So there's not an excuse. So no one's unhappy, right. No one's miserable. You can provide, because at a young age, what's our biggest ego? Oh, I don't have money.
Right.
I don't have money. I can't. Well, she's gonna go find some 30-year-old. It is what it is, yeah. And that's the game. And unfortunately for me, me being 33 now, I haven't been married because I just now developed the maturity of going, oh, I gotta get it. I was like, I'm good at this. I need to fucking get this done and get this. I'm 33. I should have imagined me at your age. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a blissful thing that you went through that, I guess, because you have a beautiful daughter, 15.
Yeah,
15. You're very proud of her, probably.
Yeah, she's playing basketball. Varsity as a freshman.
Good grades and all that stuff.
Good grades. You got a lot better. Yeah.
Nice. So, anything you want to share from that point of view to anybody that's watching you right now and seeing, hey, you want to learn? Let's say you're what is it? Your God, what do you call it? You're a coach and they're your athletes.
My athlete players.
Yeah. Anybody that looks at you in their young age, because I know you know a couple motherfuckers that are just kind of like, hey.
Yeah, for sure. I wish I would have just maybe had a little bit more guidance and from maybe an outside source, and also just taking my time, because I felt very rushed in the situation. Okay. From her side of the family, it was more, you're having a kid, the traditional way is to get married. So what I wanted to do was the right thing, but I knew doing what was good for them wasn't good for me. So I just wish I would have just taken my time more and actually thought it out before just reacting.
Not gonna make it racial, but was it what type of?
They're Filipino.
Filipino.
Oh,
Filipino. Shit. Okay. I was gonna say either Mexican or Filipino. Because they're right there. As soon as they're pregnant, you're married.
Boom, you're married.
I gotcha. That's
So,
and that's how I view things as well. And my parents drilled that is like, if you're gonna go pregnant, you're out of here. So you gotta go. Yeah. You gotta go. That's sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, I can see why you got pressured and yeah. Did you have any family support after everything fell apart?
Of course. My family, mom, dad, my little brother, they were all there to support. Her family was big supportive of it as well.
Okay.
I mean, of course, because they pushed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, better.
Yeah. So
who's paying for the wedding?
Exactly. So I'm broke going into that. I can't pay for no wedding. So
Yeah.
the parents played a huge role in it happening.
Okay.
It wasn't even like it was a couple of our family members, her side, my side, got together, went to Vegas, the whole Vegas thing,
Okay.
and did that.
All right.
It was quick, it was fast, presents, whatever, and that was that.
And in the back of your head, were you like, I can't believe I'm doing this, or were you just like,
absolutely?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I even had homies there. Was like,
the fuck you doing?
You sure? And I'm like, I think. And I'm like, this is the right way, right?
Yeah.
You know, you build a family and you build an empire. This is what you do.
Yeah.
This is what we see. This is what, you know, we see on TV all the time. So you think you're doing the right thing, but unfortunately for me, like I got my daughter out of it.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot being married at the age of 22.
You said you grew up fast?
Grew up really fast.
Okay.
Grew up really, really fast. But again, they say the first 7 years is hard. It was more than 7 years that we were married. It was close to 9.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I want to say we was done around when I was 30. I'm 37 now, so 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about 8. Yeah, about 8 to 9 years that it was that we were that we had to call it quits.
Okay. Some people just give it 2. You gave it 7.
Yeah, I tried it. We tried it. So
both of you went, and at a certain point, you just saw it,
mm-hmm.
and then a certain point after that, you're like, hey, I think it's better if we just. Yeah. I mean, it's more common nowadays for that. It's if you're not happy, cool. As long as your daughter is, as long as she's good,
yeah,
cool.
She's good.
That's what I tell people. It's like, I don't have kids, fortunately, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. Because
take your time.
That's what everybody said. Take your time. I was like, I'm 33, dog. I was like, I don't know how much time I got left. At a certain point, I'm just gonna be like, I'm good with the kids thing.
Well, men, we don't have much of a time limit compared to women.
No, that's true. That is true.
So women have more of like, okay, I'm getting to the age 35, 36, body's not going to work the same.
Yes.
Our body's going to work the same for the most part for a very long time.
Yes.
So for men, we don't have to. We're fine. Women is more. It's just
playing soccer with your kids, playing football, doing sports, doing that. You don't want to. You don't want to be the 65-year-old that your fucking 12-year-old soccer kid. Fucking, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's their dad. I was like, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I could see my dad doing that. Him being 65, being a grandpa. Going, oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was like, fuck, man. I don't know. Yeah, 2 more years, guys. 2 more years. Fortunately, I have someone there, and so am I doing that struggling thing where I'm, as much as I want to push myself into being a family man and getting married, I've realized that you got a little bit more maturity to do. You need to find a really good job, because as soon as you lock down, I've seen a lot of your cases, but I've also seen the opposite where it's just bummy guys chilling, doing nothing, and then you're just kind of like, I don't want to be that, but I also don't want to do this. So I'm just kind of like, I'm happy and I'm glad that I do these types of interviews. I know the people that I know, because now I also go to therapy. So I don't know. I don't know if people like that. I don't know if people are gonna call me a pussy for that. I don't care.
If it works for you,
that's also what I was gonna say. It works for me because I don't have that person to talk to. But if it doesn't work for you, please do not force it.
Right.
Because if you try to force something and you're uncomfortable and you're not going to open up, you're just spending money for no reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't listen to anybody. If it feels good for you, do it. If it doesn't feel good, I tried it, didn't feel good, come out. I'm going to talk to my homegirls, or I'm going to talk to my homies. If you're a girl, if you're a guy, doesn't matter. Do what's good for you. Do what feels good for you. That's all there is to that. So, yeah, that's a lot of fucking maturity right there for you.
Yeah,
this is one thing that I was not expecting. that is crazy. And now that you've gotten a career going, now when you became a coach for the high school, describe those feelings for me. That once you got that job and you're like, hey, I'm gonna, like, did you already have goals? Did you have a mission? Did you just want to help out because you felt like something was lacking there? Like, what was going through your head with? Oh, and what school
I
are
had
you a part of?
Cerritos.
Cerritos.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
so is it a high school? Is it a
Shout out
middle
to
school?
Cerritos. High school, high
High
school.
school.
High
Okay, so
school.
it's high school
It's
football
high school
team.
football, yeah.
Varsity or
Varsity. I
varsity?
started as JV. I started as a freshman, sophomore coach,
Okay,
and then as I gained more
recognition.
that knowledge of the game a little bit more on the coach's side, not so much the player side, um, I was able to get hired as one of the varsity
Okay,
coaches. So,
and then how was that difference from watching a game to coaching the game?
from coaching is like more strategy,
yeah,
right?
What do you coach? First of all, because I know there's like 50 coaches.
It's like a whole bunch of people. Yeah, no, for sure. No, so it's I'm a receiver coach and then I'm an assistant offensive coordinator coach now. But when I first started, I was a running back coach.
Okay.
And that's just because of the type of system we had. It was a running team. So
what do you mean by running team?
so we were a wing team when I first started. It's called a wing team. It's a wing team offense. It's just a bunch of linemen, tight ends, and two running backs. That's it. There's barely any receivers out there, and one receiver.
And then what's the
Not even receivers actually.
yeah what's it's just grabbing the ball and run.
Yeah, just different strategies. Just trying to make it very confusing for the defense to locate the ball.
Okay.
Unfortunately, defenses at the time when I was coaching located the ball after the fourth, fifth play, and it was really hard because once you're a wing T team, you either stick to the wing T. Most teams do stick to that because that's what they are based off of.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, we're getting beat 70-0. We're still running the same wing T.
And
so we stuck with it.
Yeah,
so that's how it was. But
you're like stubborn. It's like, we're gonna get this time.
We're gonna break one, but that's all we practice.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
You know, as the years went by, now we are more of a West Coast spread off of receivers. We have a running game. We have all these different formations that we run. So we won our first championship this year. Last year.
And then that's how you know that you've learned. Because you guys, it's got a winning formula. You guys won, and then you know what's the consequences of that. Everybody saw the winners going like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah, that's how it works.
And then,
to answer your question, my goal was to win a championship. Okay. You know, you go in, you say, you know what, I want to give back to the youth. You know, I'm done playing my competition days and football or whatever. They're done. So let me give back to the youth and the knowledge that I've gained from multiple coaches and friends, whatever, and give it back to the youth and do what I can. And it's going on 8 years, 9 years now that I've been coaching at the same school.
So not 9 years, and then now you got your first championship.
Yeah, first championship.
What were your feelings going through? Like, hey, were you stunned? Were you like, fuck yeah, we deserve this? Or
excitement for all the hard work because we had these kids that just graduated. It was the COVID years, so they lost a year of even playing a full season because it was like 3 games that we had, so they didn't even get a full season. But they eventually, I think as a coaching staff, it becomes a mental thing, so we have to be able to tell the kids that it's gonna be all right. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get this stick together. We'll figure it out, and that's exactly what they did. And we stuck together. We called it ring season last year in the spring. We said it's gonna be ring season. We're gonna get a ring in 2023. And as the days went by, we had a couple of losses throughout different weeks. And then as the playoffs come, the kids start seeing it. They start like, wait, can be true. We win the first game in the playoffs, then we win the second, then we win the third. At that point, we already made history, right? Yeah. So then we're like, this is the first championship the school has ever had since being built. And then we go in and we win in overtime, 19-13. When it looked like we was down, we did a trick play. It worked. We score. We go down. We win the game. And it was just kind of like I was shaking. I was happy. I wanted to cry. The kids were crying. It was just a huge emotional feeling. But
I want to cry right now. That was fucking.
It was dope. It was kind of like if you see the game, Cerritos versus Yucca Valley, you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, they pulled that shit. You know what I mean? So
like a fucking what is that movie? Like, remember the Titans or something like that?
Yeah.
Just exactly the same feeling.
Same feeling. It's just like we can believe it, but we can't believe it at the same time. Like we did call it, but it came true, and it's like, wow. I still look at the film now. It's 2-3 months later. I still look at the film like, I believe it, but I can't believe it at the same time.
So now doing that as I would say a nice career goal.
Mm-hmm.
Have you looked at it going like, okay, we lived it. It is what it is. It's time to move on. or are you just so absorbing and going like this is really good, like this is really good? Because I know every year is a different team.
Right. It is. So we lost a couple of seniors. We lost like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So but we have a staff of great coaches that we develop the younger guys. So when the older guys leave, they're already ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready.
So
it's like you're
ready to step in.
Yeah.
So we bring them up right away and we get them going. So they're not only mentally, but they're physically ready to.
And they have a lot on their shoulders. You think that pressure is going to be too much for them? Saying we're champs, like we have to carry.
We have to carry this on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe for some kids, but each kid is different. Some kids can adapt because they've already played sports their whole life. Some we had this to been their first year, and and I think that's the rewarding factor behind it, being able to get them prepared for the moment, even when they don't feel like they are prepared for the moment.
Okay. So. Basically getting them ready for life, and I feel like some of them went probably to college.
Some of them will be going. We have college. We haven't had colleges come to the school to look at kids.
Yeah.
Ever. Now they're coming to look like, okay, what are you guys doing over there?
That's good. So when you got that going on, you're like, hey, yeah, I'm a coach. I'm right here.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a rewarding factor behind it. So that's why I love and enjoy it. I don't look at it as a job. It's just it's a passion.
Building opportunities to your youth too, and it's probably the best way you can give to your community is making sure these high school kids get taken and build that career. I mean, some of them won't make it. Unfortunately, that is the name of the game. But at least they get the opportunity. At least people are coming to look at them now, and that's probably feels really good for you.
That's really good. That feels really good.
So now transitioning from that to with the sport everybody knows you of, powerlifting. When was the last time you competed? When did you start powerlifting?
I started my powerlifting started at IAG. So shout out to everybody at IAG. With TT and Rob and all them and Bulo. That's when I first started actually wanting to compete. That was back in 2017.
When was CT? When was CT like CT? When was he starting to peak in his career? 2009? 10? No, 2011.
He was with it was him and Richard.
Yeah, but he started a long time ago.
Yeah.
I still remember his fucking when he was like.
Yeah,
he looked like Boris.
Yeah.
He just goes, I'm gonna show you how to bench 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Put it down. Put it up. I was like, what?
He was a monster.
Yeah.
He was a beast. I talk to him to this day, but that's where it started. Rob did it. That was his name.
Yeah.
He kind of took me under his wing with Tank, Hurt, John, and
damn, all those numbers, all
Joey,
those names, man.
Stone, everybody.
That's who I grew up watching.
Yeah, everybody. So that's who. And for us, people looking outside like, oh man. For us, it was just like that's family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's family. So that's when I first started. My first one was at Threshold. I did that one.
Threshold. That place doesn't exist anymore.
That's Ontario, right?
Yeah, Ontario. Something like that. Ontario, next to the mall. It was on the other side of the mall.
Yeah.
This little raggedy ass it was a nice gym. It was small. It was very nice. They had a cage in there.
Yeah, it was nice.
That owner was super nice, super polite. Always wanted powerlifting was happening there. I remember that.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was cool.
And that was your first one?
That was my first one.
Do you remember you remember your numbers? No.
Nah.
Embarrassing.
And I was only doing push pull, so I was just push pull keep. That's all I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think it was like my bench was 340 or 50, and then my deadlift was like 611. And that was my first one. That's like
and then everybody would look at you going like, he's so tall, And then,
Yeah.
I spotted that, mate. I remember. Yeah. It's a long time. I've been doing the spotting shit for a long time. I've seen the first, not the first. What did I fucking see? Kerns. I've been through all of the Kerns except for one because they traveled. I think it was the first one. After that, I did all the Kerns. No one knows what the Kern Open is anymore.
I know that's where all the pros, right?
That was where all the pros. It was in San Diego.
Yeah, I remember.
At a strength something gym.
Okay.
Yeah, so that doesn't exist anymore. I've done a lot of nationals. I've done a lot of for
I see
spotting.
it everywhere, man. You guys are like a group.
We're good. That's what
you
it is.
guys are good. With
Yeah,
you do, so,
yeah.
But that's why Iron Wars, we needed you.
Yeah, that's where we were at Iron Wars because they're
Yeah.
like, we're moving. I saw what 6 people bench 600 pounds like nothing.
Yeah.
6 people, fucking big ass guys, just going like, all right, we're gonna, all right, there you go, next.
That's what they do, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, and just that was crazy. But back to you. You do you have any records in powerlifting right now?
Just the state ones. I think it's the state and the state national one. I think it's
for deadlift, right?
For deadlift.
Yeah.
I think one of them I just checked just to be nosy. It's like still 705.
So
but it's for Submaster, of course. And then my last one was Santa Clarita. I think that's what the one that was in. Yeah, you was there. You was spotting me.
Okay.
The Covert.
Yeah. That's happening next month too.
That one.
Yeah.
That was 733. That was another record for a different weight class though, too.
Okay.
Because I came in a little heavier. But
yeah, you're just I'm just gonna break records.
I just wanted to do it. Just do the deadlift one. I was like, I'll just do that. Have fun.
Okay.
But getting ready to shoot this movie. So once I get done shooting this movie.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Ooh, you famous. You're famous. You're at what is it? Ollie's level now, right? Is he in the movie? He's in a fighting movie, I think. They were playing it last year at Metroflex when we were spotting over there. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Fucking I was like, oh, you're too beautiful to be an MMA fighter, bro. He starts laughing. That dude's great, but what movie?
It's called
wait, can you talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called it's More to a Gym Twist. So it's based out of the guy Ed. It's based out of he's based out of Texas.
Okay.
So he got the approval. He's an author. He's been writing for years.
It's more than a gym to us.
More than a gym to us. Basically, it's kind of like a movie documentary. Just kind of just following it's like 3 different athletes.
Okay. So you're one of
them. I'm one of them. And then there's 2 others.
Who are the other 2?
The other one is Sally, and I think the other one is
Sally. Who's Sally? Yeah.
She's from Texas. She's from Texas. She's a powerlifter, boxing. She's getting into boxing. And then there's another athlete. I think it's Tony the Product. I think I'm barely new to meeting him. Okay. So, and then Ed, he's going to be in it as well. He's the director, the writer, and all that.
Gotcha. Well, so. And then they're just following you around?
Following you around. So the whole goal behind it was to try to do a meet while they follow. So prep for a meet while they follow. So we're going to see if we can still do that. If not, then it'll just be the movie. That's the thing. I got to see because I just had the surgery. I just got had the appendix surgery. That was like 2 months ago. So I was supposed to compete last week at Metro WRPF. Okay. But I kind of was like telling myself no, and now that I had the appendix, it makes sense why. Yeah. Okay. So now because you got that surgery, like you're just kind of like. I was back at it. Probably shouldn't say this, but I was back at it the next 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not gonna. And as everybody knows, you're natural. Natty. Yeah. So Natty. So anybody trying to comment, you should take this. You should take that. It's like shut the fuck up. Natural. You have to send them plants. Yeah. Herbs. Something else is gonna happen. Not anything that's gonna be. Nothing against it. Yeah. But it's not for me. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because there's people that take stuff and then there's stuff that don't. Why do I do what I do and what do you do? Because you feel good that way. I feel good this way. Yeah. Yay. There, debate's over. Yeah, the debate's over. Like, come on. So not saying that you should do it, but I always tell every single kid is like, reach your full potential and then think about it. Because what if you reach your full potential and you're like over it? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck's the point? What's the point? Yeah. If you reach your potential and then you're like, I want more, there's a gateway full of things you can do. Yeah. But if you're not committed to this, like, I don't know. I looked at myself in the mirror the other day and I was just kind of, because I'm like obviously off everything. I was off everything and I was just kind of like looking at myself going like, boy, I got chunky after the meet because I competed and I was like, you need some good numbers though. Your squat was crazy. 600, right? It was 585. I could have hit 6. I played a casual and then one of Boris's guys missed weight and he missed the 220. So he went to 242. He was all fucking pumped up, energetic. He's all I feel great. I was like, well, yeah, you're in my weight class. too, bro.
Yeah, you're fucking wait. You basically could fill up and just not give a fuck.
Not give a fuck,
And yeah, he filled up and not gave a fuck. He fucking destroyed my numbers. He was like first place here, second place here. But what made me feel good is third place for some. So I was like, if he wasn't there, it would have been the same thing. But he was there, and I just kind of looked at him, going like, man, powerlifting is not for me.
Yeah.
Well, not right now, anyways.
Nah,
just because
it
I'm
is,
at
man.
school and
You got other, obligations.
yeah,
to do, so,
yeah. And then I feel like this sport takes full commitment, full attention, which is why you're super good at it because you give the commitment to it, you give the dedication to it. You're also involved in, you know, jobs that require you to be strong, require you to be. It's like I have to be able to protect myself at all times, so that strength comes in handy.
Right.
Also, the natural part comes in handy because you don't have that. And I'm sorry, guys, the people that take gear are always tight. They're always tight everywhere. That's why they snap their shit. That's why they're dry. So you being natural also is a good, helpful way. So you coach college or high school. Yeah, high schoolers. So who they want to see? Strong, natural man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they see some roided out dude, they'll be like, I want to take a caretaker. No. And then and especially telling them no, going like, but when did you start taking it?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So not only are you a good influence to these kids, not only do you have great numbers for being a natural athlete, not only are you a good father, I'm just gonna assume. I'm just gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I would say I am.
You would say you are?
I would say I am. I'm definitely involved.
Talking about that because I don't know a lot of men that obviously you guys co-parent, right?
Yeah, we got a good co-parenting situation.
How was co-parenting like?
In the beginning, it was rough. I won't lie.
Why was it rough?
It was rough because I wasn't over the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, me and her, how things were done. So
that's a big thing for me right now because I see a lot of single moms, and their man is not over them, but they're over the relationship. Yeah. But so hearing it from you, what did you do to overcome that?
I won't lie. At first, I thought, let me go hang out with a different woman, maybe different women to see if that would make my mind go away.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I related it to, and people have, when they're going through something, what they try to do is they try to, if it's them drinking it away, drinking their problems away. Unfortunately, when you sober back up, those problems are still there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Even if I was hanging out with a different woman or not, guess what? The problem was still there, so it didn't go away. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started focusing more on fitness.
Okay.
That's when I started focusing more on fitness, and I was like, because that's when I had got a lot more closer with Samson. I was working out with Samson and everybody.
Samson, CT Sun.
I was working out with him, so that helped me focus more on my goals and what I was trying to do, more so like not being able to get over her. So for me, fitness was my escape.
Okay.
Fitness was my escape because, like you said, you have to be able to put up. I used it as I'm mad. Let me go squat this. Let me go bench this. Let me go deadlift this. Uh-huh. So I was just use that as motivation. And then obviously with time, of course, with anything, you eventually just get over it.
Yeah.
And of course now, way been over it. But
now, I hope
now way completely over that. You know what I mean? But this was like the first year or two.
The first, I was gonna say like the first 2-3 years.
It hurts a little bit. That was sick. So not afraid to say it.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men listening to that are probably in your situation right now, going like, that's how I feel.
Right.
So, and they're not my business to say who it is or anything, but currently have someone that went to a bar, and they're like, I just got divorced, and I told them, it's crazy out there right now. Like, be careful because you don't want to just put yourself and replace feelings for somebody else and put them on someone new.
Right.
And then you're just going to be in the same position with a different person.
Right.
So, a lot of people need to hear that, and that they don't have that. They don't see someone successful preaching about it or speaking about it, then they'll probably think it's impossible and say, oh, just fuck this. I'm just going to drink and do this and that.
It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Yeah. You're still going to have... I just needed time to myself.
Yeah.
So me to be able to just sit back, go to the gym, coach, and just be able to just be by myself no woman, just me and my daughter, just focusing on her. So I was so focused on the more important things
Gotcha.
than what was keeping me from being focused on the more, because I was
Yeah.
forgetting about the importance. Like my daughter needs her dad. Right? My daughter needs to be able to. I need to show my daughter how women should be treated by a man. So I have to show her that. So I need to focus on that, not focus on why me and her mom is still having this problem.
Yeah.
So fitness, I'm trying to break some records. You know what I mean? I want to deadlift 700. My goal is always to deadlift 700. That's what I wanted to do. So I focused on that, and eventually, me and her, a sit down conversation happened, and it just eased off everything, and then we were
good. Okay. So all right, and then being a dad, what was the hardest thing?
Definitely hard.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing? Was it the fact that you needed to grow up fast? Was it the fact that you needed to find a way to support? Was it the fact that you needed your own place? Obviously, your family helped you out, so that helps out a lot. But do you think was because they helped you, it helped you become a better person, or what are your as a single father? Going through all that, what was the maturing process for you?
I think the main thing, the hardest part was I was still selfish.
Okay.
I still wanted to just leave when I wanted to leave. I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to do this. I wanted to go out with the bros. I wanted to do, but unfortunately, being a dad, I couldn't do those things. I got to sit back at home with my daughter.
Yeah.
I can't bring her always. There was times I'd bring her when she got older, but I was so selfish, and that caused a problem in a relationship.
Yes.
I was always, the gym is more important than your family. The gym is more important than your daughter. So I was like, the one way I can do to prevent all that is put a gym in the backyard. So I put a gym in the backyard. Mm-hmm. So I just did that. So I want to say the hardest part was definitely me being so selfish and not being able to break that habit of just doing what you want to do. When you're kids, you can't do what you want to do. You just can't. So I would say that's the hardest thing.
Breaking that habit. And what is one good memory that you were like, oh, this is worth it with your daughter?
One good.
Or several, whatever, like consecutive, going like, it took these 3 moments for me to realize, you know what, this is fucking for me.
There was a time in my life where I was really, really down. Like life is not for me.
Oh, that deep. Ooh,
right?
Okay.
I was that deep, and I'm just sitting in the room, and I'm like, God, like life is not lifing. Life is not lifing.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure.
No job, before it's Christmas time, negative $232 in my account.
Ooh, you know
I'm
exactly
struggling.
The number.
I can't remember to this day. I won't remember it. So I'm just looking down. I'm like, and as I'm having these deep, dark thoughts, where I just didn't want life anymore, right? My daughter knocks on the door and says, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "I love you. I just wanted to tell you that." And that changed everything. So, yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, that changed everything.
Hey, ignore my eyes. I got something.
Yeah, don't mean me too. I know. Oh man.
Bro, I fucking love stories like that. It's just
she don't know that, but
well, she
ever sees this.
She ever gonna see this. She's gonna be like, my dad was crying. Got me all fucking emotional and shit.
I know. And then that's when I was just like, get it together, man. Like, she's rhyming. So, and that's exactly what I did. Now she's living a good, healthy life.
Hey, that's a great story. Most people don't experience that. Most people don't find a way to express themselves. And you know what? That's a very damn. You got me off my feels right now, bro.
Yeah, me too. I got a little emotion. Man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. That's why I love this type of interview, this type of situation, because the moment you feel vulnerable, the moment those people right there that are watching, they're gonna see you and they're gonna be like, "I've been through it.
Yeah.
I've been through this."
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I feel like I've seen my dad go through that phase where as soon as he switched, and then you noticed it, and I noticed it when I was in high school, because we had my little brother, and then all of a sudden he was just different. Like you noticed the difference, and I was like, something happened. Yeah, and then ever since then he's just been 100%. So yeah, yeah. So all right, we got in our feelings. We got
we did.
We got the goals in. We got so now that you've accomplished so much, and what is your do you have some goals that you're pursuing right now that you like these are in my head right now? Obviously, it's like daughter, your coaching, obviously your job, but what are your personal goals where I want to accomplish this before this age or before this time is done or before I'm finished?
Is it for powerlifting or just in general?
Let's do a powerlifting one. Let's do a life one, and let's do a like a coaching one.
All right, powerlifting at this point, a lot of my focus isn't to powerlifting. I want to hit these numbers. I want to, I'm 220, so as I'm getting older, I need to hurry and get to these numbers before, the needle starts talking.
What like
your body can't do it anymore. You need to, you might need a little 200, 250 or something.
Yeah. 250 something.
250 something. But yeah, definitely at this point now, at one point, powerlifting was just kind of like, but now that, my life is at where it's at, I'm able to give it full-fledged focus.
Yes.
So definitely want to be, at the top.
Okay. Are we trying to get a big deadlifting record? So you'd be like, I'm here and I'm here to stay.
I would say 800.
800.
I want 800.
Ooh.
I feel like it might happen at 230, 242, 800, 220. I don't feel always the strongest, but I mean I failed 765 maybe 2 months ago, so and I was right there, so I know I'm getting close.
Yeah.
So I'm getting close. So life wise is of course just to make sure I'm around for my daughter, just to be around to walk her down the aisle, become a granddad.
Okay. That's big mission.
Yeah. She's so young.
Yeah, let's talk about graduation first.
Graduation.
Yeah. Graduation.
Graduate, and I'm looking so far forward, knowing that those things are already going to happen, and just the long end goal of just life before my time done.
Have you had the boyfriend talk yet?
She gets a little nervous with me when she is having a boyfriend talk, and
have you talked to?
I had to. No. Hell no. That shit ain't gonna happen.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows that. I'm like, your focus is your schooling first and your basketball. Those are your two main focuses. Now I get it. She's tall. She's a mixed girl. She has the light brown eyes, the curly long hair. She has the mix. So she's a beautiful looking young lady. And I'm at the school.
Yeah.
So when she's walking, I see the little boys looking at her. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Mom. Your focus is school and basketball. That's it.
Yeah.
Them boys are a distraction.
Right.
But she, unfortunately, no matter how many times I tell her,
kids will be kids.
Kids are gonna be kids.
Yeah.
And she has to go through it herself to figure it out, to be like, my mom and my dad was right.
Yep. So heartbreak is heartbreak. It hurts the same whether you're a guy or a girl.
Yep.
And then the moment she finds out, going like, "Oh, he was right," and you'd be like,
"There it is."
And unfortunately, you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna go rip this motherfucker's throat out."
Exactly.
You can't.
You're my little girl.
Now he's gonna find out who daddy is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you trying out for the football team? No, you're not. You're either cut. Oh, he's good. Oh, work. Make him work. Work him. Shit.
So,
yeah. Your daughter goes to the same high school?
She goes to the same high school. She plays and goes to the same high school I coach at.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, it was set up like
that. They call it Coach what?
What? What they call me?
Yeah.
Coach Pulley.
Coach Pulley?
Yeah, she has that last name. I think she's the only one on the school campus with that last name. So they put two and two together.
Yeah.
And I pretty much know most of the people there, so they know
That's
that's
Coach
what.
Pulitzer.
Coach Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you're like, who's the fucking nerdiest guy here that I know is gonna be successful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to him.
Only him.
That's
So-
what we want.
Yeah, some Asian dudes like just like, hey, Coach Bully.
We'll take it.
Shut up.
We'll take it.
Yeah, be a man. Okay. But okay. That's good. Now we are at Raw Performance. Is this the only gym you train at with powerlifting, or is there other places where you go because of the team and all that stuff? Or actually, who is your powerlifting team right now?
My powerlifting team, it's always, no matter what, where I started, it's always gonna be Iron Addicts.
Iron Addicts.
Even though it's not, we don't have like a team, it's more of like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's always gonna be my team, obviously. And then Boris took me under as well. And then I was under Sean. Sean took me under too. You know, Danny. I'm running, Danny's program, Sean's, whatever. So a team, not so much of like a team other than IAG.
Yeah.
Obviously, my name is tagged with the IAG. That's where it all started. But I'm a team of everybody.
You're a team
I'm a
player.
free agent.
Yeah, you're a free agent. Okay.
I'm a free agent.
Okay. So
but I do train here at Raw Performance for the majority of my lifting. I go to Metro here and there. Maybe IAG sometimes too. But,
Okay. Obviously, Boris is where I'm at, my hood, legend. So that's a little drive.
Yeah, we was just there 2 months ago. Not just there, but 2 months ago.
Yeah,
We're probably gonna go out there again pretty soon. We're gonna throw a deli party. Okay. Might as well come and be a part of it.
I don't powerlift.
You just compete. We just talk
I only did it because certain people were calling me out, going like, "Yo, you talk all that shit." I was like, "I talk shit because I can, because I'm fucking saving these guys and I can see it." Yeah, and then I fucked up because I let go of the bar on my last deadlift because like it felt a pull here, and I went down and I was like, "Oh, there it goes." I'm like, "Oh," like you saw it in the video. Like I was like, "Oh well, all right, that's cool." I was like, "Yeah, there it is." And I missed my goal total because I was just going for a 1,500 total, just for shits and giggles. I missed it by 4 pounds.
Was it from the deadlift?
It was from the deadlift. I'm scared because I just go. My coach goes, "Why'd you let go?" I was like, "I didn't mean to let it go. Shit just left my hands. Shit just went woo."
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've asked all the questions. We've done everything that we could. We got emotional. We got into deep shit. Anything else you want to tell the peoples now that they're watching this?
Just keep striving for your goals. That's all I can really say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going through something, it's only temporary. It won't last forever.
There you go. From the big guy himself.
Yeah.
Appreciate
you, man.
Yeah, it was fucking good, bro. All right. Take care, guys.